What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, man. I'm going to talk about Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr., man. And something that that Mikey Garcia said about Errol Spence that I find comical. I mean, comical. Okay, it was in this. First of all, thank you for attending the video, or watching the video rather, and shout out to my subscribers. Thank you guys for always coming tuning in and listening to me talk about boxing. Can't wait to get back to the live stream so we can have more personal interactions and more real time interactions. And to the people who are not subscribed that are watching, please subscribe and hit the bell icon, and that way you can know when we drop more videos and also when we do the live streams, which are always a lot of fun. At least fun for me. People in the comment section also have a lot of fun. Very, very knowledgeable boxing fans. But look, man, Mikey Garcia is feeling himself, man. Mikey Garcia is feeling himself. And I can understand why, man. The dude is a championship boxer, He's getting put on pound for pound lists, and, he's feeling good about himself. He's getting big money offers. But he says something about Errol Spence that I think was like, dude, do you not pay attention to what's going on in boxing? Mikey Garcia thinks he's a bigger star than Errol Spence Jr. is. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, are you nuts? Listen to what he says. He talks about Lomachenko, right? And how Bob Arum isn't really serious about making the fight with him and Lomachenko, right? Now, I don't agree with that anymore. I think Bob Arum just signed that another big old deal with ESPN that I'll probably make in another video. But just so you know, that's like they extended their deal out to 2025, and they got like 54 fights that they're going to do. And I don't know if it's 54 fights a year. I think it's just a lot of fights, a lot of content on for Top Rank and ESPN. I think they're competing and trying to make sure they shut out DAZN. I don't think they like that competition, but that's for another video. But in talking about this, he says this, man. I'll read the last part of the article, man. It says Garcia would rather not waste his time with Arum. Yes, there's option B, but things may get complicated. I'm interested in Lomachenko, and at lightweight there is no other opponent more attractive than him, but I've not heard Bob Arum say they want the fight with me. Bob is not going to allow this fight, and why should I waste my time? But if they're interested, let them talk to me, Garcia said to ESPN Deportes. Danger is no hurdle, as Garcia has embraced the idea of facing Spence. He beat Brook. Lamont Peterson has this is him quoting him. He beat Brook, Lamont Peterson. He has technique, defense, stature. He's left-handed, strong, dangerous. He's a young champion. Maybe he does not have the trajectory, but he has the qualities. Trajectory? Trajectory is where you're headed, right? Usually that's referred to as you're going up, right? He's a young champion. Maybe he does not have the trajectory, but he has the qualities. If by trajectory he means somebody like advancing in their career, Mikey Garcia is nuts. Errol Spence his numbers in popularity are at least equal with Mikey Garcia's. At least equal with Mikey Garcia's. Mikey Garcia's last fight, just go off the Showtime Showtime viewership. Now, mind you, this is a 12-round fight. Mikey, and he was fighting for the IBF and the WBC lightweight championship against an undefeated fighter in Robert Easter Jr., who's from America and has his own support base out in the Midwest, right? It's a legitimate championship fight. Errol Spence Jr. last fight was against Carlos Ocampo, who nobody knew and nobody thought had a chance, right? So was there any interest? I like what Black Fight Fan TV said about that fight. That would tell you what what Errol Spence Jr.'s worth was, because he was fighting somebody nobody knew. Even hardcore boxing fans like, who is this dude? This is his first time fighting out of Mexico, right? So let's look at the numbers. for these things. Spence Ocampo peaked at 726,000. That's Spence Ocampo, right? Peaked at 726. That's 726 in one round. It was at 726,000 in one round. Let's look at what Mikey Garcia did with Robert Easter. It peaked at, excuse me, I think it's 725,000. Mikey Garcia fought for the IBF WBC Unified Lightweight Championship of the World, right? And did less numbers than in over 12 rounds. We're talking about you got 12 rounds to peak. Errol Spence Jr. peaked it higher than he peaked in one round. In one round, people didn't even have, there's thousands of people that didn't even know the fight was on, that didn't even tune into the fight yet. Let's look at the other numbers. What does Sergey Lipinets do? Garcia versus Lipinets peaked at 689,000, right? Lipinets. So he went up 30,000. Let's look at what Errol Spence did in his fight before that. Spence Peterson peaked at 695,000. Spence Peterson did better numbers than Garcia versus Lipinets did. This is the second fight in a row. This is the second fight in a row that Errol Spence Jr. did bigger numbers than Mikey Garcia did. And this is Errol Spence Jr. He just got the damn belt. He just got on the scene last year in July. He showed up in July. When it was a July, it might have been whatever, it was Memorial Day. I forget what it was, Memorial Day, Labor Day, whatever it was, when he fought Kell Brook. He fought Kell Brook. That's the first time he got his champion. I don't think the dude has been a champion. He's been a champion just about a year. Mikey Garcia has been around for years and years. He's got 30 fights. And he just now getting to the level where Errol Spence got to after on his first title defense. The only time that Mikey Garcia did better numbers than Errol Spence Jr. is when he fought Adrian Bronner, and they did 800-something thousand for Adrian Bronner. Adrian Bronner does that every fight. Adrian Bronner versus Jesse Vargas peaked at 891,000. He did that without Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia and Adrian Bronner peaked at 937,000, and the average audience was 881,000. After when Mikey Garcia is not fighting Adrian Bronner, those numbers plummeted to Lipinets. The next time he fought after Adrian Bronner was Lipinets, and he did 600, and he peaked at 689,000 when he fought Lipinets, and it went up when he fought Robert Easter. Robert Easter is an American fighter, with a lot of the fans that know Adrian Bronner also know Robert Easter because Robert Easter is associated with Adrian Bronner. Mikey Garcia's trajectory is not what Errol Spence Jr.'s trajectory is. Errol Spence Jr. Drew those numbers by himself. All by himself. That's what I mean, like, dude, when I heard him say maybe he doesn't have the trajectory, dude, Mikey Garcia, your trajectory is you're not with Errol Spence, man. The excitement about Mikey Garcia is not on the level of just the general excitement about Errol Spence. And that's why he wants to fight Errol Spence. But the arrogance, dude. Mikey Garcia also said that when asked if he would fight Manny Pacquiao, said, will Manny Pacquiao come see me? I'm like, hold on. Somebody asked him, I can't remember it was Mark Kragel from ESPN, said, would you fight Manny Pacquiao? And he says, well, I would fight Manny. I'm not going to go to Malaysia to fight Manny Pacquiao. Will Manny Pacquiao come to Mexico to fight me? And I thought to myself, no, because that's Manny Pacquiao. You're not Manny Pacquiao, Mikey. You're not Manny Pacquiao, man. Okay, Mikey Garcia is a solid fighter. He's a solid, well-recognized champion, but Mikey Garcia is not Canelo Alvarez, man. Mikey, you're not Canelo Alvarez. All right? It's crazy, man. And I'm going to read this again. What are you talking about, Mikey? What are you talking about? He says that maybe he doesn't have the trajectory. Dude, what are you talking about? Maybe he does not have the trajectory, but he has the qualities. He beat Brook. Lamont Peterson has a technique, defense, stature. He's left-handed, strong, and dangerous. He's a young champion. Maybe he does not have the trajectory, but he has the qualities. He has the qualities to be a great young champion, but he doesn't have the trajectory, even though he's younger than you and his numbers are better than yours. Slightly better, but right about the same. What's he going to be if he beats? What's going to happen with him if he beats Danny Garcia? If Errol Spence Jr. fights Danny Garcia, those numbers are going to be $1 million. That's going to be $1 million. That could probably bake $1 million on Showtime without Mikey Garcia. Without Mikey, he could do it with Danny Garcia. Mikey Garcia to get those numbers needs Errol Spence. Mikey Garcia needs Errol Spence more than Errol Spence needs Mikey Garcia. But seriously, that irritated me, man, because that's the second time I've heard him say something like that, man. I heard him say it about Manny Pacquiao. I'm like, dude, you're not like that, man. And then he said that he's like, well, yeah, maybe Lomachenko is bigger money. Why would Lomachenko be bigger money than Errol Spence Jr.? Vasyl Lomachenko is not a bigger star and is not got a bigger name than Errol Spence Jr. does. Errol Spence Jr. has a growing core fan base in the United States that he shares with Terrence Crawford. Mikey Garcia is not as popular in his fan base as a Canelo Alvarez, man. Anyway, it is, and he's got almost 40 fights. What does Errol Spence have? Like 24, 25 fights? 24, 25 fights? He's got more than half of them. But Mikey Garcia's got almost 40 fights. He's 39-0 with 30 knockouts. What's his trajectory? Hey, man, anyway, it is what it is. I think that little slight on Errol Spence Jr. he's tripping, man. He's tripping. And I would rather, and I still, if Errol Spence Jr. wants to fight, cool for Errol Spence. He can, grown men do what grown men want to do. But Mikey, you're bugging, man. And if they go into the negotiation, you're double bugging because you're not the A side on that, dog. You're the B side. If you're going into a negotiation with Errol Spence Jr., Mikey Garcia is the B side to that negotiation, the way that people love to hear these terms. Because Errol Spence Jr. doesn't need Mikey Garcia. Doesn't need him. He can sit and do what he's doing and go and wait for Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. would be as big or a bigger fight, easily as big a fight as Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence Jr. And it could be for the WBC belt. So dude's tripping, man. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Peace.